Hello to all of my Libras. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading, Libras. Let's get right into your cards. The moon is currently in Sagittarius and it'll be moving into Capricorn. So you already have the questions for the moon in Sagittarius in the previous reading. I'm going to give you the questions for the moon in Capricorn for those of you all who really like the questions. This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. Even if you're a cross watcher, before you say, okay, I need to go look on this video, see what my friends reading says, look at your birth chart because I'm speaking to every part of your birth chart. If you have Libra anywhere in your birth chart, I'm talking to you, okay? This is a general reading. Take only what resonates with you. If you're interested in a personal reading, my information is down below. Also, for those of you all who have signed up for my Patreon account, first and foremost, thank you. If you have any ideas whatsoever you'd like for me to content that you want me to record and put up there for you all, please feel free to ask. Don't be shy about that. Please feel free to ask if there's any kind of content you want to see on my Patreon account, because there's a lot of videos up there right now, but if there's anything in particular you want me to discuss that haven't been discussed here or it's not on my other YouTube channel, and you said, oh, I've been thinking about this. If you want me to go more in depth about something, let me know. I'll record it. So let's go. First card out of the deck, here we have the Six of Swords, here we have the Four of Wands, we have the World card, here we have the Empress card, here we have the Hangman, and also the Wheel card, right? Yeah, so here we have the Six of Swords, here we also have the Four of Wands, here we have the World card, here we have the Empress card, here we have the Hangman, and then also we have the Wheel of Fortune, right? Somebody is dealing with somebody. So these two cards right here. So we have the Hangman and we have the Wheel of Fortune. This is Jupiter. This is Neptune. Both are currently retrograde. Somebody is learning how to close out things that's just been overwhelming for you, right? Sagittarius and Pisces actually share these ruling planets. So Pisces is ruled by Neptune and Jupiter. So it could be a Pisces that you're closing out something with, and Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. So it could be a Sagittarius and a Pisces that you're no longer nurturing, holding on to something. You're just cutting ties permanently, with the depth of disappointment that you may have had connected to something. You're going to feel like a huge weight has been lifted off of your shoulders, Libra. And I do see you moving on. And as you're moving on, you're now making room for two more blessings to come across your path. So something in your personal and your professional life is going to make you a whole lot happier. So somebody's definitely parting ways with something. Also, in another scenario that I'm seeing here too is that somebody could be pregnant, right? Not if it's not you, it could be somebody else that's pregnant. You are pregnant with purpose. I'm talking to men and women, Libras. Pregnant with purpose, and source is saying to you, you don't want to be in situations where you're trying to give birth to a book or trying to give birth to music or trying to give birth to art or whatever it is to make you that's going to enhance your life here on earth. You don't want to be connected to like carrying somebody else's weight of their toxic emotions. You don't even want to carry the weight of those things. So you deciding I need to cut ties with some energies so I can stay focused on going through a stress-free rebirth into abundance and prosperity in your own life as much as possible, if that makes sense to somebody. Yeah. Here we have the Queen of Wands, the Four of Swords. Here we have the King of Cups, the Five of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and the Three of Cups. Yeah, because what somebody is doing is leaving themselves open for a whole lot of manipulation. We have the Five of Cups. Now you got 2-3 situations here. You're like, okay, gosh, you know what? I've been crying over spilled. I've been lamenting over spilled water, spilled emotions. What's not working out? Looking at all this. Instead of Source said, I got a whole lot of ocean filled with creativity for you. And it's two things that I'm going to start off with is going to make you very, very happy. And that's what Source is trying to tell you is that it could be a new love life for somebody. It could be, in your personal life. It could be some kind of creative endeavor in your professional life that's going to put a smile on your face. And so it's saying, keep your vibrations high. Keep your vibrations very high. We're in a new moon phase, right? And this new moon phase should be rest time. Should be your rest time. We're going to have a full moon in Gemini. Gemini and Virgo are ruled by Mercury, which is the communication and messenger planet. So this is a time where not only are you getting your rest, you're saying, you know what, Source, thank you. Thank you for spilled water. Thank you for revelation. Like constantly staying in a posture of gratitude. And I'm saying this because it is. Three of Cups, me, myself, and I. We are so grateful that you've outgrown certain things. Like people who are very manipulative, people who try to, make you feel jealous, try to compare you to other people. Like I'm so grateful that I've outgrown that. So I'm going to keep my vibrations at a higher frequency so that I can be. It's almost like the early bird gets the worm. I'm going to be the person that's going to be in receiving mode. There's no competition between you and anybody else. But if I can just keep my vibrations high, I know that great things are coming to me. So I'm king of my emotions. I'm talking to men and women, Libra. King of my emotions. I'm going to get my rest. Right? Rest is not always sleep, but I'm going to do things for myself. I'm going to nurture myself, right? And make myself happy because I know good things are coming. I'm going to keep my vibe, and somebody's going to feel happier, more charismatic, and freer, like more free. Because hey, you know what? When I really sit down and think about it in my rest state, I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off of my shoulder when I decided to take control. Remember, you all are a cardinal sign. So cardinal signs are initiators. So, like for instance, Aries marks the beginning of the change of a season from winter to spring, right? Spring forward, right? Capricorn initiates change of seasons from fall to winter, right? You initiate from summer to fall, and then Cancer from spring to summer. So, sources saying cardinal signs actually initiate the change. That's part of your makeup, is that you are the one that initiates change. So when you sit there, you go, as a Libra, I'm sitting right in the middle of all the other zodiac signs. Am I carrying the weight of someone else's toxicity on my internal scales, thus throwing myself out of alignment? Are they green with envy? Have they been trying to disrupt my peace? What has been going on? And somebody's going to feel 1,000% better when they say, hey, listen, I'm not carrying somebody else's drama. I'm not doing that. Here we have the Judgment card. Here we have the Seven of Swords, the Ten of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Page of Wands, and also the Four of Swords, right? So here's the Judgment card. Something definitely was like a scorpion sting, but the thing that brought somebody back into focus was you're breaking generational cycles, chains, and curses. So you got to get back laser focused. This card right here is more of exposing how with your lowest vibration emotions when you think about certain people, places, and things, more so than it exposes theirs. So it's like when you think about certain people, places, and things, and you know that's your demon, and you thinking the worst possible thought, like I could strangle that person, or I could really do something back, and say or do something really bad to cut into their happiness or break their heart or make them feel bad. So it's like that's when it's time for you to move on from those energies completely, permanent. I need to go ahead and if I'm thinking if the moon outside is exposing my darkest emotions as it relates to people, I need to go ahead and say, okay, I need to get away from them. I need to get my rest. I really need to get my rest and make some decisions to remove that energy off of my internal scale. So I do see somebody being booked and busy and not burdened at all. I see you celebrating, outside of something. And celebrating outside of something could mean like judgment is in your favor. It could mean you're celebrating outside of a new house if it's not a court situation. You can be celebrating outside of a business deal that you made. You celebrating. You could be celebrating new and exuberant love. It's two situations that's happening that's going to make you feel even, where's the card? More happy, charismatic, and even more free. So you had to make the decision to initiate the change. Right, you had to initiate, hey, listen, if my sign symbolizes the fall, right, I'm not going to fall back into something that I know I outgrew. So if Capricorn initiates moving from fall to winter, and it's an earth sign, I need to finally bury something, right? Because Capricorn is an earth sign. I need to close out the cycle. I need to bury it, and I need to move on because it's like going around the same old circle over and over and over again. And Source wants you to close it out. Somebody's gonna feel like a teenager again. Here we have the Page of Wands. You're gonna feel like a teenager again. You're gonna feel like a teenager again. I'm just, looking at the cards here. When I look at your cards, somebody with Source wants you to work on, Libra, is not getting to a point of exhaustion before you close out cycles. Do not get to a point of exhaustion before you close out cycles, because it actually ends up consuming you. And that mean like burning you like a backdraft. It actually ends up consuming you, and it's not worth it. Here we have the Three of Pentacles. Everything is lining up perfectly for you. Somebody about to be much richer. Here we have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Four of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords. And see, when it consumes you and you like this, that's when you don't know who you can trust around you. You got a Judas in your circle. People that standing around knowing that you hurt, and they just stand there like a ventriloquist doll. They're waiting for somebody to stick a hand in their back and move their wooden lips. Source is saying to you, before you are in that space where you've gotten so low because people holding a sword, they're cutting you with their words, they cutting into everything. Source is saying you had to make the decision. That's the whole point. Is stop being indecisive. Stop. If I'm carrying other people's insecurities, their jealousy, their instabilities, whether it's mental, physical instability, if I'm carrying all of that weight in my internal scales when I can just release them all together. See, air signs don't realize how powerful every element is. Very powerful. We all need each other, right? But when you know how powerful air is, every living being on this planet needs air to breathe. When you stop overthinking it and stop talking about it, you just cut the air supply. Obviously, somebody did something that cut you so deep they cut themselves out of your universe. I don't want to work with you. I don't want to be friends with you. Don't invite me to your house. I don't care what celebration is going on in the family. Don't invite me. Leave my name off the list. And if you're still connected to that, you, as far as I'm concerned, and you invite me to some kind of function, and I'm trying to pay the go between. I need to release you too. So here we have the king. So again, here we have the further reiterating right here. The Four of Swords came out 3 times. You were born to inspire. Something about the way you talk, the way you think inspires a lot of people. It actually is like, okay, you root for the underdog because we got 4 times. We got 4 3 times here, right? So it reduces to the single digit 3. 4, 8, 12. 1 and 2 is 3. Source is saying 3 is the light side of 3 is that you root for the underdog. You love to travel. You know how to take lemons and make lemonade. You know how to take the bricks that were thrown and build, help people to build empires and businesses. You rooting for the underdog. Somebody had to learn how to take lemon and make lemonade themselves in order to inspire other people. So it's something about how you talk to people, your fairness, that fairness in your voice, excuse me, and just the way you treat people. You're really no respecter person, Libra. So why would you get upset about somebody else's insecurities, or even people standing around talking about everybody should get along when somebody cuts you that deep? For them, it may not have been that deep, but for you, it could have been just that deep. So no, they outside my universe. Cycle is already closed. Here we have the King of Pentacles, and Source is about to make you even richer. So here we have the 9 of Pentacles. You're dealing with some energies. When we talk about the dark side of the number 9, you're dealing with energies who are egotistical, very big-headed when it comes to money. So if they feel like you're getting a little bit more money than they think you should be getting, like as if they are the measuring stick for money. They could have less money or more money. It doesn't really matter. But if they feel like, okay, well, oh yeah, something about Libra is, they shouldn't be getting all that money. They shouldn't be getting all that. They pocket watching. And so Source is about to make somebody even richer, and everything is lining up perfectly for you. So that's what I'm saying here. Here we also have the Ace of Pentacles. Source is saying to you, you worked very, very hard. You don't need to explain to anybody about how hard you work to earn your money. And just because they watching your pockets because they're a man or whatever, man or woman, tall, short, whatever they're trying to compare themselves to you with, that's the moment they start, people, whoever it is, see you as competition because of your skin complexion, your height, your weight, your gender, your sexual preference, or what it's the moment they see you as competition, they already lost. And you're cutting the air supply. So, like I said before, you're not carrying the weight of other people's, harsh words and their betrayal just because people have hurt them with their words and actions and stood around and watched them hurt and almost bleed out. Like this person right here, you see the person bleeding out. Why wouldn't this person want to come over there and help that person? The more you stay around people like that, the more the cold and callous you become towards people who love you. Oh, they got to go through it because I went through the same thing. Everybody has a point of a breaking point. Some people don't come back from this. Some people don't come back from this level of betrayal. They go. Their mind is gone. It's like a person who has post-traumatic stress. their mind is gone. And you don't have to be in a combat veteran. You could have been in a car accident. Somebody just stood there. You could have been in a really bad car accident, and somebody that you love stood there and delayed calling an ambulance to get you some help. For somebody it could be like, man, I didn't even realize this person hated me this much. I didn't even realize they resented me. They stood there and watched me, and hurt, really, really hurt. And they just stood around and did that. If you stay around people that's like that, you become just like that type of energy. Before you know it, you cold and callous. So source is saying you did the best thing for yourself to get away from people. So here we have believe in the impossible, blue moon. So there's a lot of people who are only going to encounter your level of compassion every once in a blue moon. And so whoever you needed to cut ties with or part ways with, source is saying they're going to think that you harshly judging them, but the human side, the human in you, your heart. I always say this about my air signs, like you move from your heart chakra, right? So source is saying forgive whomever for whatever. Like for instance, earth signs move from their root chakra. They deal with the physical existence of things. That's the lowest chakra. The water signs from the sacral chakra, their emotions. They move from their feelings and those kind of things. The fire signs move from their solar plexus chakra, so they take action, right? So if people are not taking action to help you, taking some kind of action to help you when they know that you're going through your darkest moment, it shouldn't even happen. If it happens one time, there's one time too many. That's when you need to bring out the sword of truth. I don't know why they wouldn't help me in my lowest point, but that's all I needed to see. That's all I needed to see. At my lowest point, they stood there, just like this energy, right? They stood right there and watched me bleed out. They wanted to see me. They didn't. But see, when people are wishing death of your career or death of, like wishing death of a marriage or death of something on you, they don't even realize death is not always in a physical sense. It's a rebirth. So while some people are wishing that your marriage dies or wishing that you'll stay in a low state of depression or wishing, the worst on you, they don't even realize that all you have to do is cry out to source within yourself. Source says, here I am. I've always been here. I was just waiting for you to engage some kind of conversation. Why am I going through this? Source says, I got you. Don't even worry about it. You're going through a rebirth right now. I'm just showing you who the Judases are. I'm showing you who the Judases are. Don't even worry about why they are a Judas. All you need to do is get to safety, get as far away from them as possible, whoever they are, right? Even if it's family members. Companionship. Giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift. That's it. So fire signs give people inspiration and fire used properly. Water signs make people feel better. They feel like a fresh they feel like a fresh drink of water. Earth signs help people to live a better life here on this planet Earth. They help people with seeds to plant and what weeds to pull up and all that at the highest frequency. But if it's used for darkness or it's used for evil, you need to recognize it the first time it happens and get as far away from it. But again, if you've been hit with so many swords throughout your lifetime, it may not immediately be clear at first. Or you watch somebody in your family be talk like some people have watched their own mother stand around, watch their own mother or father be talked about by their own siblings, and that they won't cut their family off. That you got to see that also as maybe I was conditioned not to just cut people off or just kind of be overly fair. Or you got some people who just like, well, you take the high road just because they treat you like that. We don't have to treat them like that. Forgiveness doesn't mean you just keep going back into the lion's den and keep getting your head bit off and your life is in danger and you high anxiety. That means, okay, I need to cut you off so I can go get the healer. I don't want to feel that lion's bite again. So here we have chant. Hear me loud, hear me roar, for I am here in my truth. That's it. I am here in my truth. So I do see somebody cutting some ties with some energies, and however that falls, it just falls that way. You can still be compassionate, but nah. In my weakest moments, you stood there and let people just nope. That pain, that's not a good pain. Because they won't meet you. They won't meet another you. It'll be another blue moon. When you look it up, when the next blue moon, I already know it. I want you to look it up. When is the next blue moon? We had a blue moon this year, but when will the next blue moon, come? That's when the next time they're gonna meet somebody like you. It'll be another blue moon before they meet somebody like you. So use your hands. Something where you're using your hands is actually making you money. You can be writing scripts or writing music or writing poetry or reading cards or something that you're doing what makes your money. So something where you're using your hand. You can be putting together pottery like clay, like this person right here. Something about it is very healing. You put a lot of love into what you do. You can be a chef. Something that you do. You can be writing briefs. Whatever it is you're doing, you put a whole lot of love and passion into what you do. So Source says, don't get to a place where your heart is hardened because you won't cut some people out of your life who have those hardened hearts. I also feel like somebody could also be dating somebody or have dated somebody who is like that you keep trying to get in the benefit of the doubt, and Source is like you're hurting yourself staying connected to them because they're cruel, heartless, and cold. And you keep trying to get in the benefit of the doubt, and Sources say to you, save yourself. Save yourself, because they're going to have to learn how to save themselves. So let's go ahead and get ready to close this out. 99, I am courageous. It's time to get to work on your realization of your soul's mission in life. You have a higher purpose in this life that is yours and only yours to fulfill. Libra, unleash your true power. So yeah, that number 9 is death, rebirth. There's two energies in particular that it's over for good. It's over for good, and you're not looking back, so that you can get back to this, you having this your heart chakra being in alignment. So for forgiveness, gemstones and crystals that you can get, any pink or green gemstones to help you get your heart chakra back in alignment. So because somebody was definitely kind of like trying to weigh the pros and cons, and indecisive about it. When as a Libra, when you become indecisive, you're on the dark side of your planet. You're on the dark side of your planet. You're in the dark. You've chosen to end on the dark side of things. That's a choice when you are indecisive. So, let's see. Yeah, let's see. Forgiveness. Affirmations for forgiveness. I forgive myself. I am healing from past trauma. I release all guilt. I forgive hurt done by others. I accept that I cannot change the past. Anger does not control my mind. I release all sadness. I'm grateful for every experience. I'm stronger because of my challenges. Yeah, you can forgive people, but I wouldn't necessarily advise forgetting, because you want to remember the spirit. So moving forward, you can recognize the spirit. So you're not holding any grudges against anybody. You're just releasing them in love and closing out that cycle like this right here. You're just closing it out. And so when you talk about breaking cycles, chains, and curses, you don't want that chain dangling open. You want to go ahead and seal it off. I need to go ahead and close this out in love. I'm not holding on to any anger, frustration. It is what it is. Some people did some things that cut themselves out of my universe. I'm okay with that, but they won't have access back in, right? So now I'm making room for this amazingly blessed life that's approaching me, right? So get ready for some really good news to come your way, Libras. And like I said, forgiveness. Forgiveness is key. Sometimes it takes a minute to forgive yourself from the trauma that you've endured. Like I said, in order for somebody to be hit with 10 swords, you've had to go through a lot of trauma in your life, almost to a point of you were desensitized to your own pain until something woke you up and said, wait a minute, you're not that cold and heartless. So everybody is going through that. Like, everybody is going through that awakening. So use this cycle that we're in right now, since we're going to have a full moon in Gemini. Again, we're not talking about any Geminis that to start communicating more with Source, but also putting yourself in a position to receive because again, you're ruled by a peacemaker planet. So you desire peace. That's just how you're wired. And when you're indecisive about opening up a door with anybody who has disrupted your peace, anything or anybody that's disrupted your peace, you know that you've chosen to land on the dark side of life. It's not you easily running away from stuff, and when things get hard, you run at the first sign of trouble. When you've really sat down and really assessed things and say, you know When I weigh the pros and cons of it, this constantly keeps robbing my peace of mind, and I could be doing something else with my 24 hours in a day. Here are the questions for the moon in Capricorn for those of you all who want the question, who like the questions. First question is, what are your top 3 priorities this week, this month, and this year? Second question, Libra, is what are your biggest fears? Third question is, do you have specific daily rituals and routines that nourish you? Fourth question is, do you reward yourself when you accomplish something? And then last but not least is, how much of your day or week do you block out for self-care and personal development? So those are the questions for you. Like I said, forgiveness is key, but first and foremost, you want to forgive yourself for your own trauma that you went through and becoming even like, wow, you know what, I thought I could take a whole lot, but man, I don't want to get cold and callous in my heart. Not at all. No, I'm a fair-minded person. I'm a romantic. I don't want to mess up my love life. I don't want to mess up that being connected to cold and heartless and callous people. That's what I have for you, and I will see you all on Freedom Friday. Bye.